So today on GeekSmart, we're taking a peek and doing an install on the ecobee smart camera, along with a couple pair of their smart sensors. So let's tear it open. Let's take a peek what's in the box first. Okay, so welcome back to GeekSmart. So we have the new ecobee smart camera and a couple of their smart sensors. Now, I already have the ecobee thermostat, as well as a single smart sensor that came with the thermostat. These are basically the exact same smart sensors. You can actually, this pack right here, which is a 2-pack of smart sensors, will be good for the smart camera, but also you can actually use these with their thermostats as well. So they're simple. They're just the 2 smart sensors. They have the stand. You can also wall mount them. Pretty simple in how those are, right? I'm actually very intrigued to see how this goes together, how well it works, and how well it integrates with, well, anything and everything, right? So, just a quick and easy slide there. Pops open there. So we have the actual camera. That is different. So it's actually like almost like a large butter dish or a small butter dish or a large thick Twinkie kind of looking. Camera, obviously that's where the speakers are because it's kind of a fabric, if you can kind of see that right there in the center. It's actually a fabric. You have the front that's actually looks like a glass almost. Remove before use. We'll do that here shortly. So, whoa, that is a heavy base. Holy cow. That's got some weight to it. That's actually metal. Looks like it probably magnetically attaches. Or maybe it's just friction fit. It looks like it goes either direction. Kind of pops up in there. It allows it to actually tilt. And then of course you can rotate it, but that's why it's so heavy, because so you can actually tilt the camera. And I got my dog joining me, one of my dogs. Alright, elsewhere in the box, we have, looks like some pretty simple, large picture-based instructions. I'll probably go over that shortly just to see what that says. And then we got a blue box, or I guess kind of a periwinkle, huh? There we go. This side's actually opens. And it pulls out. Alright, so we have a wall mount with a drywall anchor, a screw type drywall anchor, my favorite type of drywall anchor actually to use. We have power cable. It is a standard kind of 12 volt type connector. Let's see what it actually is for output. Is 12 volt, 1000 milliamps. So there's that, and that is it. That is all that's in the box right there. So things we care about: the camera, power cable, instructions, and drywall anchor if you want to mount it. In this video, I haven't decided yet. I probably won't because I don't know exactly where I want to put it, but looks like this is pretty simple. You put the drywall anchor in, and then on the bottom of this mount, that's where it actually slides into the screw. And then you have your anchor like that. So pretty simple in how that operates. Once you have it anchored, you don't actually put it in the bottom. Looks like it actually goes in the back of the camera instead. And then you have the camera that can actually up and down here on the wall. A little bit of side to side too. Not too much, so you're going to want to really pay attention. So if I was to say anything right off the bat, specifically when you're wall mounting it, if you can get a little more motion out of it, it's always a better thing. So if I was to say anything to ecobee, that would be the one thing, but of course I'll see more once we get into it. Remove before use. Let's see what this sticker is back here. Oh, well, guess what? That's where the power plugs in. Look at that. So that's pretty simple in that regard. The front I'm going to keep on for now. That's just going to protect it until we actually have it installed. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and put it back on the base. Alright, we'll stand her upright. Let's go ahead and get it fired up, and we'll follow the instructions. So real quick, what I did notice is it does give you good mounting instructions. Basically, put it on the back, actually set it on, test the view, things like that. But this is after you've already set up the camera, so you're going to want to make sure it's set up before you actually do any kind of mounting. So no matter what, you're going to want to set it up on stand mode. And there are no instructions in here. It's actually all within the ecobee app. So that's what I've learned already. The power cable as well is a good 10 feet long, 9-10 feet. It's long. I like that. I like that when they give you options, and then they give you a couple of Velcro pieces that actually came on it. So if you have it somewhere and you don't need that, you can actually round it up. So we're going to go ahead and start powering it up. So we're going to plug in the power and let it boot up while we get the ecobee app ready to go. So if you don't already have the app that we're going to be using is going to be the ecobee app. I already have it installed because, like I said, I do have the thermostat. So I'm going to go ahead and open the app up itself, let it boot up. If you're starting this app for the first time, it may actually have you create an account. In my case, it's going to actually bring up both my ecobee and my studio light that I have downstairs. So in this case, we're going to be adding a new device to this. And so we're going to hit the plus button in the top right. And this is where we're going to actually get options, right? We're going to start by installing the camera. So we're going to hit camera. Okay, let's secure your ecobee account. Let's get started. Enter your ecobee password. Let me do that. Now, if you don't, obviously once you create an account, it's going to have you create a username, which is usually your email address and password. So this may be a little bit different, but if you're adding, this is what it's going to look like. And we're going to hit done once we add in the password. All right. Do you want to use the authentication app, or do you want to hit, let's just send me an SMS text. Add your mobile number. Looks like I haven't added to my account. Let me do that real quick. All right, so they sent me an authentication code. Looks like there it is right there. It actually comes up there from messages. And there we go. So save your recovery code. Let's copy the code. Copy this and save it somewhere safe. If you ever lose your access device, you can verify and identify with this code. So let me do that. So I saved my recovery code. Now we're to factor authentication is set up. So if I obviously did not have that set up, now I do. Ensure your camera is ready to connect. Let's take a peek at what we got here. We do have 4 green lights all the way across. Remove the blue protective film. Let's go ahead and do that real quick while we're at it. There we go. And lights are glowing amber. In my case, there we go. Now they're definitely glowing amber. I guess they look blue because I had the blue cover on the front. Good to go. Select the device. Looks like it found it automatically. We're going to go ahead and select it. How would you like to set up? Continue with ecobee or use Apple HomeKit setup? I'm going to use Apple Home. It's really not going to matter so much. I'm going to go ahead and ecobee. That way we use a more generalistic approach. In this case, SSID of your network and your password. Let me put that in real quick. So I'll hit save on that. It wants to join my network. I'll hit, yep, go for it. I'm going to go ahead and save password for my keychain here. Alright, verifying the camera. This may take up to 5 minutes. We're going to give it a break. Will we come back once it's done? Okay, well it definitely didn't take 5 minutes. It took more like a minute and a half. Give your camera a name. Front door, back door, hallway. In this case, I'm going to actually put it at the back door. So I'm going to select back door. You can always come back and change this anyway within the app as well. Save the name. Will your camera be pointed out of a window? Window remote helps reduce glare and reflection at night so your camera can see clearly through the glass. Let's go ahead and let's enable window mode. Let's see what that does. Use phone location. Set up autopilot. Sure. Go ahead and allow me to see my location. That's fine. Enable the Wi-Fi presence to your phone. Sure, that's fine. As long as you can see mine. I'm okay with that. Autopilot is all set up. That way it knows if I'm home or if I'm away. Stay connected to home with notifications. Got it. Update required. Let's go ahead and begin the update. That way it does the firmware update. Up to 5 minutes. We'll give it, that time. We'll be back. Again, definitely not 5 minutes, but that's all right. Show me my camera. Let's see it. Let's view live. You see my dog sleeping over there. Or pretending to. would like to use a microphone, that's okay. I'm okay with that. And there we go. So we can actually see that's what the feed looks like. It's actually a really, really wide view. I do like that. So, with that said, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and actually set up the sensors. So let's head back here. Now we have the back door, my ecobee at the studio. Now we're going to actually lock in 2 more sensors since we have these 2 sensors here. These sensors, let me back up here real quick. Actually, I don't think we need to. So you can see how they have the QR code right here. That's actually also keeping with the battery. So let's hit plus here. We'll hit room sensor. It's a smart sensor, not the older type room sensors. Okay, let's get started. Let's scan the QR code. We'll use the camera and scan the little QR code that came with it. Select an ecobee sensor to connect to the sensor. We're going to connect this to the back door. And so you can choose, like I said, these are smart sensors they can use with either one. We're going to connect this one with the back door. We recommend connecting to a smart thermostat. If you connect your sensor to a smart camera, it will not detect temperature. Do you want to connect this to the camera? Yes, I do. This one I want to connect to the camera, personally. Pull the tab on the back door. So there we go. I pulled the tab. Should boot up and find it. There it is. So what I'm going to do, this one's going to be on main floor. I'm probably going to put it near the back door area. To get more accurate readings, place your sensor around 4 feet high, on a table, shelf, or open surface, away from exterior walls, windows, or direct sunlight, away from drafts or vents. That's fine. All systems go. Alright, so that's a smart sensor. I'm going to do that one. The second one I have here, I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and add in that real quick. It's going to basically be the same way, except for this one, I think I'm going to add this to my actual thermostat. So to see the same thing, we're also going to scan QR codes, right, real quick. And we're going to actually connect this one to the thermostat. Pull the back door again. So it's going to find the thermostat, find the sensor. And there's that. Boom. This one's going to be bedroom, save name, comfort settings. We're going to change, we're going to keep all those the same, like my other one. Same exact stuff there, and we're all set. So all my sensors are now linked. Now it's just about putting them where they need to go. So with the smart sensors, you can actually use them on this magnetic attached table item. If you're going to set it on a shelf or a table, that's fine. If you would prefer to mount it to a wall, these are the little wall mounts they give you. And essentially how this works, it just has a peel and stick tape. It does have a hole, so if you wanted to put a screw through it, you can. That, on top of that, they just kind of pop into place like that. Ooh. There we go. Come on. There we go. They just kind of set in place, and they have a little foot there on the bottom edge. If you can kind of see that. It kind of locks it in. So you basically do that. You peel it and stick it on the wall where you want to put it. And that's how you wall mount them. So, yeah, that's that. So by my back door, I actually put the camera kind of up on a shelf. So it's kind of high up. It actually sees, and I'll show you actually what it sees here in a second. But there's also a neat feature on top of this. Okay, so I have the camera pulled up here. Actually, what I can do is I can show you what it does. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on here because we're moving stuff around. There's a lot of boxes, and there's an old bed here that's going down into a shed. Don't pay attention to that. But, and the door is actually getting replaced, so there's no trim on the door. That said, you can obviously see all the information. All the stuff that we really want to see, we can see. And I really want it more than anything else just to see if anything comes in this door, right? So I'm actually thinking about actually mounting this camera down the end. But for now, I'm gonna leave it where it is for intensive purposes of this video. That way I can judge it based on that, and I can move it around if I need to, right? That said, there is a neat mode where they have a sign. So first you can hear, hello. Hello. So it's actually a couple roads away. That's picking my voice up real good. There's also a siren, so if you did see something or you saw somebody trying to enter, you can hit play siren. So it's pretty loud. I'm 2 rooms away from that thing, and it's pretty loud, and you can stop the siren at any time. So that's pretty cool. We can take a video clip of this. We can talk to it. Yo. Bad guy. So you can hear there's a slight delay. We can take a photo if we need to. That's just... Wow. That's a really wide lens on that camera. You can actually adjust it within that. That is crazy. That's awesome. So you can even see more of my mess that's going on. So we can adjust where it is within that, actually, wherever, you know, where you tilt it even. That's a really wide angle lens camera, so it's actually doing a crop factor. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. And we can actually probably, yeah, look at that. So we can adjust this to give the best angle possible from where I have it, and adjust it accordingly, especially if you mount it on a wall. You can do the same thing. That's pretty cool. Finish up the install here just to go a little bit. There is a settings tab button up here. We can choose to have the camera on or off. We can adjust autopilot based on, you know, when we did the setup. We can change detection settings if you want motion detection, person detection. I'm gonna go ahead and do person detection. Heck yeah. So you can have your camera automatically record when it detects motion. I'm gonna go ahead and do that for now too, just so I can do that. You can actually adjust the motion sensitivity, so if it's picking up too much. Device settings, looks like device name, reset instructions. Window mode, you can turn that window mode on or off. Wi-Fi network, about, and you can even link your Amazon Alexa if you'd like to adjust or use Amazon Alexa with it. So that's how it works. So that's the ecobee SmartCamera Setup, along with the sensors. Now, the one sensor that I had for the camera, I actually set on a bookshelf back further, kind of so you could pick up motion and basically alert me or whatever whenever I need to. The second one, which I have here, I have already, which is going in my bedroom. That one I'm probably going to warm up, but I may not. I actually may use the base on this one too, because I actually have a high dresser in there that would actually work good on it. But that said, there's a really good vast support from ecobee. ecobee is a fantastic company. I've been doing videos with them for quite a while now. So I have a very good history with their product. I have never really had an issue with any of their products. I've been using their thermostats since the original ecobee, so I think there's a lot of integrity with the company. So that said, my verdict, at least on the smart camera, is out right now because I really want to use it and I want to see the history, how well the recordings do. So once I have a good feel of how I feel about the camera, that's when the video review on TechGooch will come out. I will put a link down in the description when that appears. When I actually upload that, I will immediately put the link down below. So if you're watching this, check the description, see if it's there. If it is, great. If it isn't, head over to TechGooch and subscribe to that channel because it'll pop up there eventually. So that said, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, post those below. Subscribe, share the video if you can, give it a good thumbs up, and well, if you need to get a hold of me directly, you can head over to techgooch.com and get a hold of me directly. So that said, thanks Loki, appreciate that. We'll get you back here for a future video install right here on GeekSmart. We'll see you soon.